Sucker Punch are renowned for video games with character, for video games that span years, from Sly Cooper to the infamous series, but now they are moving to a more realistic setting and letting us play as a samurai in the Ghost of Tsushima. Here's everything you need to know before you buy. Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Let's set the scene first. Ghost of Tsushima is set in Japan in 1274, about the time your mum was born. At the exact time, the Mongol army is taking over the island of Tsushima before moving on to invade mainland Japan. As this is the time of the samurai, we play as one of the last to wield the katana to stand against the Mongol Empire. Jin Sakai vows to protect his home from invaders, and with the help of other inhabitants, they fight back. The world is open for us to explore, but here is something interesting of note. Extra effort has gone into minimizing the HUD, the user interface. You know, all that clutter on the screen. It isn't completely gone, but there will not be any markers to follow. Jin instead can use the guided wind to navigate the island, creating a spiritual connection with his homeland. A quick press of the button and the wind will gesture the correct direction to go. But there's more to this. Nature is here to help in other ways. It's possible for animal life to offer direction, such as a bird flying alongside, or a fox will lead us to a shrine. Exploration is organic here, from noticing smoke on the hills, or even a strange-shaped tree could hide a side quest.
Stay away, my lord! The spirits of vengeful samurai haunt this forest.
As we've seen, Jin is a master swordsman, trained to be honourable in battle. His weapon of choice is the katana he wields. If you've seen any samurai movies, you know all about samurai battles. They can be over in a split second. And that is still the case in Ghost of Tsushima. The combat system at its core is based around three factors: speed, reaction, and precision. A single swipe can finish a duel, and therefore timing is important, and that's where stance swapping comes in. Anyone who studies a martial art knows the importance of simply changing your posture can actually change your attacks, and the same theory is at work here. By changing Jin's stance, his attacks will adapt, allowing for different strikes to take place. But this will also impact defense and our parrying options, because we too can fall quite easily. We've seen stone stance, we've seen the water stance in gameplay, and oh my, they look impressive. And to those who are worried about this becoming a hack and slash title, there is much more depth here than first seen. Jin is a samurai, and as we are all taught, the samurai fight nobly, fighting fairly in equal combat with their opposition. Jin will go so far as to bow after a fight to show his respect for his opponent. It's possible to play the game as a shining example of the samurai culture, or Jin can embrace the title of the game here and become the Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost Jin is still the same man, but his approach to war adapts to his enemy. The Ghost is grounded in stealth, so instead of meeting your foe head to head in broad daylight, a Ghost will wait for nightfall and creep up behind them and take them out. Not very noble, but highly effective. Ghost Jin distracts opponents using firecrackers and smoke bombs to create openings and create fear in the Mongol army. Stories of the ghosts even begin to circulate around the island, and you can hear the NPCs talking about their fear of the ghost. Oh, and did I mention there are chain assassinations? A single button prompt to continue the carnage. I should also note here that it isn't a clear-cut decision between Ghost and Samurai. We are able to merge the two abilities together to create our own personal Jin. And speaking of your own character, check out some of the customization options. As we battle through the game, dyes and armor sets become available to Jin. Some are cosmetic, whereas others offer change to the game's mechanics. Small perks and buffs which make a certain way of playing more accessible and ultimately give you the edge in battle. So wear the correct armor for your preferred playstyle. Ghost of Tsushima has many light RPG elements at work here too, such as charms. These are like passive bonuses which you can find in the open world or buy from NPCs or be given them too. We've seen charms that slowly restore health whilst in combat, we've seen poisonous fumes which hurt our enemies if they get close enough, and a smoke bomb which instantly gives us back 25% of our health. And that's just 3 of many. Maybe I should make a video about the best ones to find early on. Leave that with me. Is anyone else getting an Assassin's Creed Japan feel from all this? Yeah, me too. And you're not a million miles away in that analogy. Just like the Assassin's Creed series, Ghost of Tsushima allows for exploration in similar ways. Our trusty steed will help us get around quickly, and yeah, it's a quick whistle to bring the beast over instantly.
Nobu, come!
Just like in the infamous series, parkour elements are here, giving us verticality to our exploration, and to get the high ground on our enemies. A new introduction to Ghost of Tsushima is the grappling hook, which gives us the reach to climb to unreachable areas. So keep your eye out for secrets. Around the open world are many side quests to find and complete. Some found by using your parkour skills, some by being close by, and others rely on nature to guide you. But one has my attention: tough boss fights in the open world with professional swordsmen. The ultimate test of the samurai, a duel. These battles are said to test our katana skills and knowledge of stances. How cool is that? The devs have taken inspiration for the game from Japanese samurai movies, and these fights will be cinematic. And I'm trying to think of another word to go here, but all I have is badass. Duels will be so badass, I cannot wait. As the game is based on Japanese culture and movies, it is possible to play the entire game with Japanese voice actors. So if you're the kind of person who prefers to watch Dragon Ball with the OG actors, or prefers subtitles over dubbed movies, this option is for you. And yeah, Japanese sounds so much more epic than English.
何を申す?
お侍どころじゃないよ。
Another similar point to this is the ability to use a filter over the gameplay to make it feel like a legit samurai movie. This one is totally for the movie lovers out there, and a great touch. And as an extension to this point, Photo Mode returns, a staple of PlayStation first-party games. Photo Mode is the ability to freeze time in-game, reorientate the camera, and take a photo to show off on Twitter. I think that's the only use. Adding a cool filter and title, and this time we even get to control the weather to make photos look even more dramatic and awe-inspiring. Yes, I'm gonna waste hours doing that. So to end, let's break down all the nitty-gritty and the frequently asked questions I've seen out there. The first, how long will it take to finish the game? Sucker Punch have gone on record to state that the Ghost of Tsushima is the biggest game they have ever made, and the playtime will reflect that. So cast your mind back to the infamous games, and it's safe to say you'll spend more time in Tsushima than you would with those. Depending on which employee you speak to, the game will last about 40 hours on a standard difficulty playthrough, attempting to find the majority of side quests and extras. The next most frequently asked question is there a karma system? Again, if you played Infamous, you'd probably expect a karma system, and to add to that, the two play styles in Ghost of Tsushima suggest good and bad playthroughs, through Samurai and Ghost. But no, there is no karma system here. The decision has been made to tell a single story about Jin and his need to adapt his fighting style to gain the edge in battle over invaders. So feel free to play your way without worrying about karma. Next FAQ, how much space does it take up? I get this question. With games like Call of Duty taking hundreds of gigs of space, it can be worrying sometimes. But rest assured, the current requirement space on your PS4 is 50 gigabytes of hard drive space, and although I would expect that to go up a little over the course of the game, it's not that much compared to many other games. Oh, by the way, if you're here early enough, there is still a special edition if that's your thing. In addition to the game, you'll get in-game items like the Hero of Tsushima skin set, charms, and a cool steel book for your game, and a digital art book made by Dark Horse. If you didn't know, Ghost of Tsushima is a PlayStation exclusive and releases on July 17th. It's in 2 weeks if you're watching this when I release it. So close. But wait, we have one more question, which is the most important question ever. Can you pet the fox? Well, see for yourself. So there we have it, 20-something things you need to know about the Ghost of Tsushima on a scale of 1 to 10. No, I mean on a scale of Ichi to Juo. Is that how you say it? How hyped are you? That joke didn't go well. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. Please throw a like below if you like this, and if you didn't like it, I can take the hate, don't worry. But why would you still be here if you didn't like it? Anyway, thanks for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you next time.